and welcome to the show. I am Suzanne Monk, host of Trump Talk, the only live Periscope show about Trump. We got a lot of news because I missed a couple days. Life goes on, but so does the Trump campaign. The Trump train keeps rolling. And so let's get right to the news. I hope you guys saw the press conference yesterday Donald Trump did for the media at Trump Tower. Wow. Talk about taking on the dishonest media. He called the press conference to discuss the veterans donations, which we all know the media has been smearing about, saying that he didn't make all those, didn't raise all that money, saying that he didn't pass out the donations, they didn't distribute the money, all this sort of stuff. He set them all straight and took them on with their constant criticism and their misinformation. So if you get a chance to go take a look at it on the internet, it's phenomenal. You're going to be cheering the whole time. You're going to be like, Trump! Because it was an excellent moment in television history, is what I'm going to tell you guys. So take a look at that if you can. But that puts the veterans issue to rest. Donald Trump has raised $5.6 million for the veterans. There is a list of the groups that received those donations. Those donations have already been received other than one small $50,000 or $100,000 donation, which is clearly marked on the list. You can find this list on DonaldJTrump.com on the media area under press releases. There's a whole list of the veterans organizations that received those donations. So that pretty much puts that whole issue to rest. And of course, now they're going to start talking about the Trump University thing, which we'll talk about later in the show. But let's talk a little bit about this third party thing that's been going on. Apparently, Bill Kristol convinced one of his writers, David French, to run third party against Trump. Mostly because he couldn't convince any politicians. He couldn't convince Mitt Romney or Ben Sasse or any of these other already in government people to engage in such a self-destructive and insane behavior. But these never-Trumpers, you know how they are. They're just pouty, and they won't let it go. And it's sad, really. And I'm sorry that David French is probably going to buzzsaw his career, but when you make a deal with Bill Kristol, you know what happens. So it's a little unfortunate. Some news on the Libertarian front. Apparently there was a little hubbubaloo at the Libertarian convention. As we know, Gary Johnson did secure the Libertarian Party nomination with 50% of the vote, winning out over McAfee and Austin Peterson. Apparently Austin Peterson did endorse Gary Johnson and presented him with a gift, a replica of George Washington's pistol, which Gary Johnson apparently threw in the garbage after he accepted it. And they found him throwing it. They saw him throwing it in the garbage, and they rescued it, and they gave it back to Austin Peterson, which would have been great. And we all would have kind of went like, that was really weird. Except for the Gary Johnson came back to the Austin Peterson campaign, Gary Johnson campaign, came back and tried to offer them money to just give the gun back and make the whole situation go away. So there's something going on with the Libertarians this year. Just keep an eye on those guys. All I'm saying, the convention, you saw the stripping scene. It was a little weird. I'm just going to say. And I like Libertarians, but a little weird this year, you guys. Got to admit. Clinton continues to struggle with Trump in the polls. The Real Clear Politics average continues to go. She's up 1.5 points right now. She's been down 0.2. She's been up and down, and there are more and more polls coming in that have those margins narrowing as we move forward. We're going to see those polls do this a little bit. But I suspect what you will find is in the battleground states, as we'll continue to go over that, more and more struggles for Hillary Clinton. Bernie Sanders continues to stay in the race and continue to encourage his voters that he can, in fact, win. He cannot win. He would need 97% of the delegates available to win. He would need 70% plus just to get ahead of Hillary Clinton. So it is very likely she will go into the convention without the needed pledged delegates, but with a lead in the delegate count significant enough to encourage the superdelegates to vote in her favor. So we should see, after next week, we should see a significant move in the Democratic Party to get behind Hillary Clinton, to make her the nominee. And we've already started on her. So we're very excited about that. Very excited about that. So let's talk a little bit about upcoming rallies. There's a rally in San Jose tomorrow, Thursday night, 7 p.m. You know these California rallies can get a little riley, so you're going to want to stay tuned to the news, see what happens. They sometimes get a little violent over there. We saw Fresno. We saw San Diego. We saw New Mexico. We saw how that goes. So keep an eye out for the news. If you have family and friends, warn them to be safe. Avoid Bernie supporters when you go to a Trump rally. Just good advice. That will be Pacific times. That also might slow it a little bit down, but you can catch that either live or rebroadcast on rsbn.tv. And you can take a look at it right there, which will solve... it's an easy place to take a look at all the videos and make sure that you are up to date on all of the Trump speeches and rallies, which is a great thing to be. So, let's do my little thing I like to call Trump Reason of the Day. And my Trump Reason of the Day, you guys, is Trump stands up to the media. They hit him and attack him. And he stands there, he takes their questions, and he answers. And he answers the hard answers, and he continues to dominate the media because he makes himself available, and he takes their hits. They're constantly like, oh, you need thicker skin. Oh, you don't like scrutiny. No, I'm ignoring your scrutiny right here. I just disagree with it. I just choose to stand up for myself. You know who says that? Mr. Trump. And we all know that the media has been operating as basically a vote decider for quite some time now, and has been in the tank for political candidates really badly for some time. So, my Trump Reason of the Day, I'm supporting Trump, is finally somebody to stand up against the media and tell them the truth. We're not going to take it. Loved that press conference, Mr. Trump. Loved it. So, let's do Best of the Trump Train. This is a fun thing. Y'all remember when the kids were doing the whole chalk and everything, and I love the Trump Talk chalkboard because it just worries the precious little snowflakes. But I found a fun one. I was reviewing Trump chalkenings, and I found a fun one that's actually a picture. Let's see if we can get this over here. There we go. There we go. Yeah! Do you see what a good little job they did? And he's smiling. He's a happy little Trump chalk drawing. I love chalk drawings because, one, it freaks out the college kids who are obviously losing their little minds anyways. And two, it is a great art form to just throw in your pocket, run around, chalk, do it. Go ahead and send me any chalk drawings you've done. I love to see the chalk drawings. You can tweet them to me at Trumpitarian. You can send them in the email, trumptalkus@gmail.com. All of our videos are available at www.trumptalk.us. You can check out all of our videos, all of the regular episodes, all of our special editions. We have a special edition coming up after this show right now about Trump's justice picks. And then right after that, we're going to do the first ever Trump special edition questions and answers, Q&A. We've been getting some questions on the website, on the email, and we want to answer some of those questions. So we'll be doing that right after this special edition. But I think that's it, you guys. Tomorrow rally, 7 p.m. RSBN TV. Tune in right after this. We're going to talk about the justices, and then we have some interesting information in the Q&A about the Trump University case. It seems that the judge has some interesting connections to the Hillary Clinton campaign and the Obama administration. We're going to talk about that in the Q&A right after this special edition. Until then, you guys, tune in right after this. But until then, you guys keep on trumping. You know, we want to make America great again. The only way we're going to do that is by electing one Donald J. Trump. You know it. I know it. Little Trumpy knows it. So get out there, stay trumping, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.